And we're live. Woo woo. Woo woo. All right, let that warm up a little bit. And how was your camping this last weekend?
It was pretty good. We only had one scout get sick,
Oh,
so
good, good.
and that was because of an overload of sugar, which is known to happen.
Yeah,
But it's one of those things. You move on, you learn, and you move on.
yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's you know, it's
I've always had that type of mantra when I from high school. Except for I phrased it: you live, you learn, you move on.
exactly. I camped out in the back of my car, which is always a nice way to do it, especially when you know the rain is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So just inflated. I love. It's one of the things I like about my vehicle. Put an inflated mattress, fits right in the back. Camped out right there. Slept for 2 days. It was fine.
Nice. Did you enjoy the park?
Oh, it's a nice park. It's
Yeah.
very. It was interesting because we had a wedding right across the way.
Oh, nice.
So they were kind of looking at us. We were kind of looking at them, and I feel bad for them because they had to hear my scouts going 6, 7 all night.
Oh
And
no.
it's just like, and I was like, I don't, you don't even know them, and I want to hang them from the trees. So I have no idea what you're thinking at this point.
Can only just imagine what's going to be the new phrase after that. Just
You know, I can't say anything because my generation had Bud what Bud was or
right.
what's up.
Yeah, true.
So we all had our stupid catchphrases. It's just they say it more than we ever did that I am aware of.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember whose commercial it was, but I for a while just because of just because of the commercial. You remember those commercials where the guy like something happens to him and the guy just goes, "Dude." That's all he says throughout the whole commercial. Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, anytime that ever happened in high school and even also a little bit in college, it's like all of a sudden just somebody just like trips or something. It's like, dude.
Yep.
Hey, Chad, how's it going? Good to see you joining us tonight. I guess since we're a couple minutes in, we can start the show.
Excellent.
Woo woo. It's going to be a bit of a short show, kind of like last week. Just some cardboard and some Funkos to talk about.
Cardboard and Funko is really all you need in the world.
All right. So no sports ball whatsoever.
No sports ball.
So
I am disappointed.
Do you want what's in my left hand to talk about, or do you want what's in my right hand?
Left hand.
Left hand. All right. So I will get to talk about this stuff, and Patrick will get to talk about that stuff. But before we get to that, question of the week is since we're a couple weeks from Halloween, do you have any big plans for Halloween?
Yes, I am waiting for my costume to come in the mail. I am dressing up as a wizard, sitting in the front lawn with a bonfire because it's a Friday.
Sure.
And when they ask me trick or treat, first I'm going to show them a trick, then I'll give them a treat.
You're not going to do that whole "you shall not pass."
Yeah. No.
That's actually really cool. I haven't. If I'm dressing up for Halloween, I haven't quite decided yet. There's been a couple things I've thought about, but yeah, I'll just have to mull that over. Like I said, a couple more weeks. So.
But you can sit in the front yard, have a fire, keep the beverages flowing, as it were, in a mug so that they don't know what I'm drinking.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of one of the Halloweens I had when I was in, I want to say early middle school, so like 6th grade. Me and my sister went out, and one of these houses, you see it a lot nowadays on social media and stuff like that, but it was not something you really knew that people did. But there was this one kid who dressed up as a scarecrow, sitting on the front porch in front of the house. And every time somebody walked past, picked up the candy and started walking away, all of a sudden he'd just get up and go, "Rah!" That's not something you're used to as a 6th grader in a small town.
No, the best one I saw, and it was one of my favorites, is this one house had one of those signs out front that said, that made it look like no one was home. Please take just one.
Mm-hmm.
And they had it set up to where they were sitting underneath the table.
Sure.
And they had like a little camera pointed towards it, and they were watching on a camera, I'm guessing on a laptop underneath.
Sure.
But if any would take more than one, a hand would reach up and grab just one.
Nice. Ooh, another awesome person decided to watch our show. Hey, John. Woo! Thank you for joining us tonight.
So I've always thought about doing that one.
That would actually be kind of cool. I did see recently with people having their setups via either their Ring camera or whatever. They have a bowl with those mechanical hands that do the whole grab. Apparently, one that they showed was a deer came up and started nibbling at the candy because it was candy corn. And all of a sudden, this hand, and you see this deer just full on jump backwards and just lay down.
That's pretty good.
Right. John, I know you asked what does that sound the guy makes. It's not something that's easily repeatable, but no, just kidding. Anyway, let's get to the stuff that we're actually here to show.
Yay!
Woohoo. So my side of the cardboard that we're showing today is something new this week. Everybody saw that Topps Disney cards that came out. We have a new set called it's 2025 Disney Wonder. So this is the blaster box. It has one exclusive Diamante parallel guaranteed per blaster. And it is not limited to just Disney princesses. We do have Maui and Peter Pan and that's Cinderella, so that doesn't help but yeah, that's
Maui and Peter Pan. That's enough.
Right. But yeah, that's the exclusive for that one. Next we have we want this one. It's the Winter Mega Box, which comes with exclusive Frozen 3 exclusive Frozen character cards per box. So that'll be really cool for those of you that are really huge into Frozen. And then we got here I want to say this is the hobby box, but there's no guaranteed anything that I've seen on the box other than it says here it is. Never found it. Exclusive Tapestry original art insert. So
nice.
That'll be actually really cool to try and collect. Gotta love that glare. So those of you that want to get some Disney cards, there you go. So what do you got, Patrick?
We have Dune cards based on the new movie. They're collect all 90 base cards. Look for rare autographs and inserts. No guarantees in that one. But with this, they have the Dune Chrome Legendary box, it looks like, which has 10 packs per box, 5 cards per pack, along with 3 parallels per box as well.
Awesome.
So, and it's a nice looking box. So if you got someone who's really into the Dune movies or the book series, this is something you could pick up early Christmas present, get it wrapped up tight, and they'll be really impressed when they get to crack that open Christmas morning.
Oh, yeah. And that just by you saying it does look like a really nice box that you can use to store your cards too. So.
Exactly. Store your cards, or if they're a gamer, this once the cards are out, they can use this as a dice box, something like that.
True. As well. All right. So I guess since we're done with the cardboard, that takes us to Funko Land.
Yay, Funko Land.
So you go first?
I will go first. So last week, one of the Funkos I showed off was Ash from the Evil Dead series. Well, this week we have this guy coming in from the Army of Darkness, the Scare Fair series, Evil Ash, coming out in a very nice looking box. It's from Hot Topic Scare Fair 24. So we've got this one coming in. If you've got the good, you can get the good Ash, you can get the bad Ash as well, and have it both for your collection.
Right.
And then for these other ones, I've grabbed some from more recent horror movies. So from The Exorcist Believer, we have Angelica all possessed and looking all scary and ready to go. So if you're a fan of that one, you can grab her. And a blast from the past. Just last year, we had the remake of Nosferatu, a Symphony of Terror. And we have Count Orlok there, a very classic, based off the classic originally Nosferatu movie. I used to watch them on AMC come this type of year, so this one really spoke to me.
Did you see the new one?
Yep, this is based off of the new one. But okay. I watched the old ones off of AMC, like that, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, Curse of the Werewolf.
Sure.
All the Boris Karloff classics. We do a lot of things with makeup today, but what Boris Karloff did with tape and string and fish hooks to his own face is stunning. And last but not least, I'm looking forward to the sequel because the previews look fantastic. We have the Grabber from the Black Phone. The sequel looks absolutely terrifying. The first movie was fantastic. I am really looking forward to it. So if you are a horror movie fan like I am, this is one you can grab on your shelf. And going into what you say about easy Halloween costumes, this would be an easy one to do as well for the grabber. A top hat and the funky mask, and you're pretty well set.
Yeah. The funny thing about that movie is since those trailers are coming out and they actually show those trailers during like during prime time, my older brother saw that. It's like, I didn't even know there was a first one.
It's your brother is missing out. The first one is it looked like one movie going in, but the twist of what it actually was going into the movie and where the actual haunt was from that movie was stunning and satisfying and fantastic.
Nice. Well, I'm going to keep with my theme that I've been doing every week, except for one of the Funkos I chose. That one I just wanted to show off because, it's actually a cool costume from a TV show back from the 90s. But the first one I'm going to show off is Harry Hart from the Kingsman, the Secret Service. This one's potentially an easy costume to get. Just have to go to one of those thrift stores, get a nice suit, and then an umbrella, and then just a pair of those glasses. Whether or not you put the lenses in is up to you, or if you already have glasses that are kind of like that. So,
such a good series,
right? This one actually. It would be quite easy, you'd think, finding a gray robe. This is Professor Quirrell from Harry Potter. Just have to find a gray robe with what looks like a black cape, and then either a sheet or something that actually does make that real purple turban would be perfect. Just real simple to set up on that one. And then speaking of purple sheets, that would also work perfectly for this costume to be Zeus from Hercules. Got that nice purple. All it would take is a purple sheet to do all that, and then just have some sort of gold thing to clasp right there.
Because there ain't no party like a toga party.
Right. And then the one that, I don't know, maybe you could find a bunny costume. Don't know if you could find a pink one, though. But we have the flocked version of Chandler Bing as the pink bunny from Friends. I just wanted to show this off because it's like, this is just, and since it is flocked, that just makes it even that much more awesome.
The question is, will people realize you're Chandler, or will they think you're the kid from A Christmas Story?
Right.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Right. So, and that brings us to the end of our show. We apparently had a huge collection come in.
Massive.
Of Funko's action figures, ranging from horror, like what Patrick picked out, all the way to kid shows like Rugrats, and then all those other ones.
I saw some anime stuff in there, some rap stuff in there.
Had a few sports things, basketball and football.
Saw some classics for the Christmas holidays. Yeah. We have some from the Frosty the Snowman.
Yep.
So we've got quite the very veritable cornucopia of Funko. So if you're looking for something just a little bit interesting, go ahead, take a look at our table here, and we got something. We may have something that trips your trigger.
Yeah. To know exactly what we have, whether or not they're posted yet or not, just keep an eye on our Facebook page. We post pictures of every single thing that we have over here on these side tables off to the side. So, including the ones that we even showed off tonight. So, just like Patrick said, a plethora of different Funkos and action figures for you to choose from. And what's a better day than tonight to check out all that? Just coming inside because it's getting a little colder out now. And
it's cold, it's wet, we're friendly.
Yeah. And if you want to just come down and chat with us about all the different things here, you're more than welcome to. We're open till 8. If you can't make it tonight, we are open again tomorrow at 10. So I'm going to say good night to you guys, including Chad and John. Thank you for joining us. And then all the others that have joined our show online. You guys have a good night. Drive safe and keep it real, right?
Exactly.
What's up?